Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Uncle P, and this is Ask Uncle P. Before I get started into the questions, I'd like to thank you all for the recent Facebook friend request. Thank you. Most of them I tried to get, but I didn't get all of them. If your name is John Makes $1 Million Smith, I didn't accept you. I just think this shit is corny and stupid. And if you use nigger, ninja, nigra, or any variation on your status, and you wake up and you don't see my name on your list, it's because I deleted your simple ass. It's not something I use. It's not something I support. I'm not saying you got to change it. What I'm saying is I just don't deal with it. I don't surround myself with it. And if you use it, you stupid. So that's why you ain't on my Facebook list. And probably who cares? You know, it's the Facebook list, and I ain't anybody that important, but I just wanted to let you know if you used to be on the list and you ain't now, it's probably the reason. Alright, let's get on to the questions. Okay, so man, I got a lot of questions. So, but while I was gone, I got questions too. So what I'm going to do is try to get to all the questions that I got first. So I'm going to take the older ones first, and then I'm going to get up. If you would like for me to answer your question in the email, let me know and I'll do that. You don't have to say keep your name anonymous, because unless you specifically tell me to say your name, then I won't say it. So let's get on to the first question. Hey Uncle P, I have a sister who I love dearly. I've tried to talk to her on many occasions about her children. This has been an ongoing issue since we both began having kids. She has 5 children and I have 5 children. Damn, that's a lot of kids. I hope there's some husbands with all them damn kids, or y'all, I just hope so. But anyway, since that's not part of the question, I have raised my kids to show my sister respect as an aunt, and basically she goes on to say that her sister's children don't respect her. Well, I'm going to tell you, since most of your sister's kids are grown, there ain't really nothing you can do about it. What you can do about it, as far as getting them to change, here's what you do. You stop and invite them over your house. Nobody's going to come to my house and disrespect me. If you can't show me the general respect, then you just don't be around them. You can't make anybody change, but you can have an effect on how people treat you. I just wouldn't invite them over. And it sucks because that's family, and you want to be tight with family, you want to be around family. When all else fails, families are the only ones you can depend on. But if they can't respect you, if your sister doesn't check them at the door and say, hey, that's your aunt, respect them, and they themselves cannot respect you, then you throw up the peace sign and you don't deal with them. There has to be respect from the get-go, from the start of it. And if it's not there, just don't deal with them. That's what I got. Dear Uncle P, I have 2 kids and 1 on the way. I recently got out of the Army because of my pregnancy, and I didn't want to get deployed and have to leave my kids with my mother. But now I realize how badly I need a stable job with a steady income to take care of my kids. The worst fear I have is leaving my kids behind, but I would do anything to make a better life for them. Do you think rejoining the Army would be a good choice, or should I finish school and still not have a guaranteed way of getting... Look, I'm going to tell you. And she said she was a PV2 before she got honorably discharged. I don't know how you got honorably discharged for being pregnant, but I would check up on that. I think you got a general discharge. First of all, you got 3 kids. You have already established a pattern of lacking the ability to make wise choices. Then I'm going to tell you, the military questions I take seriously because I'm a soldier. I'm a former Marine and I'm a soldier, so I take them very seriously. Since you didn't want to deploy, you got out. When the Army needed you, you left. And it's not just the Army. Damn the Army. Whatever you used to do, if you were a communications expert, the soldier, see, I look at it like this. Whatever you do, your job is to make sure that I get home to be with my family, to be with my children, to be with my wife, to be with my niece. That's what you do. So as a war fighter, if you're in charge of communications, or that's your job to make sure the radio's fixing, you make sure I can talk to somebody to get my ass home. If your job is driving a truck, so I can get home. If your job is to feed, so I can get home. Maybe your job is finance. Maybe you never see war at all and you work in an office. Whatever you do, your job is to support soldiers so they can come home. You didn't do that. You left. And because you left, your spot of taking care of another soldier was not filled. It was left open. You fucked somebody. So, fuck you. Take you, your single kids, and keep your ass at home. And some of y'all ain't gonna like it, but it's serious. You know, 3,000 women got out of the Army last year because they got pregnant. Then the Army didn't tell you to get pregnant. The Army didn't tell, and as God, as sure as I'm saying here, the Army didn't tell you get knocked up and be unmarried and pregnant. So that's your own fault. So now that you out, stay out. We don't need you, and we sure don't want you, because what we know is when we do need you, when we have to depend on you, you'll fucking go home. So stay home. Hey, I seem to be getting a lot of military questions, but hey, have at it. Hey, Uncle P, I'm a 16-year-old college student. Go ahead. 60 years old in college. Go ahead. Oh, that's tight. Once I graduate from college, I'm planning to join the Army as a physical therapist. Can you give me some insight on what to expect from military life and what life is going to be like after the military? Well, I can't tell you what life's going to be like after the military because I'm still in. And the only thing that I can give you, to tell you about military life will be long and drawn out. Here's what I can tell you. Military life is really no different than, say, college life when you first start and some jobs in corporate America. You have to pay, everyone's talking about the military. Well, I don't want to get yelled at. I don't want to be told what to do. You know what? When you get out and get a job, you might get yelled at, and you're surely going to be told what to do. You have to pay your dues. I'm not a private anymore, so the whole drop down and give me 50 don't happen to me. I have a little rank on me. The whole yelling at me, that doesn't happen to me anymore because I paid my dues. So I really can't tell you about military life. Everything is differently. And plus, most of my experience has been as an infantryman. I've changed over now. Now I have an administrative job, but I'm still getting used to that, So I really can't give you an advice. One thing I can tell you is that I have worked in corporate America. I used to work in the biotech field as a marketing agent, and I do have my military background. For me, I just enjoy being around other uniformed personnel, and that's all uniformed personnel put together. I simply enjoy it. We share a sense of purpose. We share an understanding. We share a certain level of discipline, and I enjoy it. And when it comes time for me to take my backpack off, I'm going to miss it. Anyway, good luck. 16 and a college student, go ahead. Outstanding. But let me tell you this. In the next 3 years, you just might change your mind. We're going to keep them all moving. But hey, dear Uncle P, I love this show and respect everything you say. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Hey, I'm not asking that you agree with me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you, I'm a conservative. Yes, black folks are conservative. I'm a social conservative. I'm not a Republican. I'm a conservative. Look it up. There's a difference. So you're not going to agree with a lot of things I say. But as long as you come to me respectful, I might come back to you respectful. Some of y'all stupid. I'm sorry. Anyway, I have a friend of 8 years. She is recently married, and her husband seems like a great guy. Great. My friend said he was a virgin when they married, but she began to discover text messages from a female that he met while they were out of town. Long story short, she asked him about the text message. He gave her some lame excuse. But of course, she believes him and I don't. Basically, she wants to know what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. Mind your own fucking business. That is a husband and a wife. And you have nothing to do with that situation. Mind your own fucking business. If your friend wants you there for support, if she wants you there to lend an ear, do so. But make no mistakes about it. Mind your own fucking business. Are we clear? Dear Uncle P, I'm a very sheltered 20-year-old married mother of an 8-week-old. Married women, I love you. Thank you so much. Hopefully, y'all can see a trend here, right? Married versus... I'm going to tell you. Ex-wife is still an honorable title. Baby mama ain't. Just letting you know how it is. But I just feel overwhelmed by the idea of staying in the house all by myself. Therefore, I choose to stay with my mother. My husband is currently in basic training for the Air Force branch. After that, he will be attending tech school. I can barely drive, and I would like to know if you could give me some advice on the military life, because I know there will be many times when he'd be away and would not be able to run to my mother because of fear of being in the house alone. Okay, listen. First, I'm going to tell you up front, direct, and to the point. Grow the fuck up. I mean, it's just, and I mean seriously, not only because you have a child, but because being a military spouse is extremely difficult. Very difficult. And it takes a special kind of woman. I'm telling you, being the military spouse is very hard. And because in many ways, the uncertainty of where your husband's going to go, picking up and moving every 2+ years, all that takes a special type of woman. And you have your husband, you have your child, you really need to grow up. And you need to grow up pretty quickly, especially in today's military. Your husband is going to Iraq or Afghanistan. It's just a fact of life. And when he leaves, bills got to get paid, right? Okay? Your children have to go to school. Okay? The house has to be upkept, and you're going to have to be a wife, a mother, and strong enough to make those things happen. You got to be. So you got to grow up. The other thing is, being a military wife, you don't want to sit at home for 15 months just waiting around, waiting for your husband to come home. You need to get your own life. You need to come, and if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, I respect that. I really respect that. But being a stay-at-home mom, doesn't mean that your life is only in the house. You have to come up. You have to get out and meet people. There's a thing called the Family Readiness Group. I'm not sure if it's for new spouses yet. For new soldiers who just got into the military. But definitely, when you guys get to your first duty station, you should hook up with the Family Readiness Group. Because it's a whole bunch of women that are like you or who have been through what you're going to. I tell you, good luck. But it's a pity you can't talk to my wife, because she hates the term military spouse. She just absolutely hates it. But she does such a good job when I have to leave. So good luck. Hey, Uncle P, I'm involved with this guy. I love and care about him. I know he does too, but he's always been an extremely prideful person. So every time we fight, he's a completely different person, and he doesn't try to talk about anything. He doesn't hit me up, and I'm always going to hit him up no matter what. Whether I'm wrong or not, and try, or anything. Let's see. I'm sorry, I lost my place. My question is, do you think you can change people and their ways? Or should I just give up and make the decision to do whatever? Drop him and put up with this nonsense or shut up? No, you cannot change people. Somebody told me this a while ago, that men get with women hoping that they never change. Women get with men hoping that they do. I don't know if that's true, but it's an anecdotal expression. No, if this is look, the reason why we date is so we can weed out all non-hackers. What I mean is, the reason why we date, so we can find out which person, really, we date so we can find out the people that we don't want to be with. And if you can't deal with this bullshit, I'm going to tell you, it's petty and it's childish. You all get into an argument, and then he gives you the silent treatment. Look, for those of you who've never seen me on the show, I'm an advocate for us being grown-ass men. And a lot of times, we fail to act like grown-ass men, especially black men. Brothers, y'all may not agree with it, but I'm just putting it out there. The presentation of a man for black men is fucking pathetic. No, that doesn't, I'm saying every black man is weak, but as a group, we have fucking failed. We failed our community, we failed our homes, we failed our women, and then we stand back and make it look like it's their fault. No, we are pathetic. And so I'm telling you, sister, what you got? You ain't got a man. You got a damn child. Now it's up to you, just like you said. You want to put up with it and stay with a child, because dude's not changing. He's not changing at all. What I say is, you be a grown-ass woman, cut your losses, move on, and find a man who acts like a man, who can treat you better than what this coward does. That's what I got. Again. Alright, this is from one of my gay brothers. What's up? Hey, Uncle P, I really hope you read this on YouTube. I'm a gay guy living in Canada. This is my question. I have a guy friend of 2 years, and we were engaged. That's good. But one day, an ex of his came back into the picture. And, okay, look. I'm not going to read the whole thing, because I'm going to just tell you out front, straight to the point. So you have a man, and you're going to get married. The two of y'all are going to get married. You're going to consummate this union before God and life, and you're going to get married. And then your man's ex-man comes in the picture, and then all of a sudden, y'all don't get married. And you want to ask me, what should you do? Well, here's what I'm not going to tell you what you do. I'm going to tell you, you stupid. If you even entertain getting back in a relationship, all that extra stuff you put in there makes me know never mind. I don't care. So the question you have to ask yourself is not should you take your man back or not, is if you want to be used. That's it. That's really what it boils down to. Not if the person's changed. Forget that bullshit. Sometimes if you really love a person, you gotta let them go. That's stupid. I ain't never heard of a relationship staying together by separating. That makes no sense to me. So really, again, you can ask yourself, do I want to be used? Or do I want to be a man? Hey, my gay, and for those of you, again, because a lot of people are new to sweet addiction, gay men, I'm still going to ask that you act like a man. Because it really makes no difference who you, and y'all tell me this is what y'all say, that is, you can't tell who you like or who you're sexually attracted to. Alright, I give you that, but you still have to act like a goddamn man. Right? The man's a man. In my opinion. I could be totally wrong. It don't matter if you like a woman or you like another man, you still a man. So, know that going forward, that when you ask me for questions and you don't ask me for my advice, I'm going to read it, and my first thought is this dude acting like a man? And when I say man, don't get it twisted. Bill Gates is a man. 50 Cent is a man. Two different men. Y'all get what I'm saying? But anyway, it is good to be back. I'm sorry I couldn't get it all the questions, but I promise you, I'm going to get into the questions more and more and more. Going to start just getting back. Y'all, I'm good. It's good to be home. It's very good to be home. Thank you for all the well wishes. Everybody on the Facebooks, holla at you. Actually, what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start dropping Sunday. I'm going to post the video on Sunday, and then Monday, look out on the Facebook because I'm going to start dropping the topics out there. Thank you very much. Love and peace.